Okay, so it's the same day as the last video. I got the intercooler welded up as you saw in the last video, but I haven't put it on. So I got 4 hours of sleep. I'm gonna throw the intercooler on. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm gonna drive up to Springs, the airport, airstrip attack, and hopefully this thing gets rowdy and hits boost. I also need to wash it. It's dirty and I need to put the other pop-up back in it because I never got the other wrap yet, so I don't want to drive up there with one fixed light and one pop-up. So I'm gonna throw the pop-up in temporarily. Some people will be happy, but it's coming back in. All right, so I got the intercooler back on the FD. It seems to be running a lot better. So she's warming up right now. We still need to give her a little wash and then head up to Springs to the airstrip attack. All right, so the FD is now washed and clean, and I am going to change my shorts because they are just like working on stuff shorts. Drive up to the event, and then yeah, maybe I'll see some of you guys. All right, so I'm just about to pick Trevor up and taking the FD up to the airstrip attack after fixing the intercooler. Hopefully, I haven't driven the car this far, so hopefully everything goes well, and you know, I don't have any issues. Trevor here working on his, what time do you think this is gonna do?
I think it'll probably hit about 22 miles an hour in the half mile.
Nice.
Actually, it'll probably it won't run out of gas before then.
So lo and behold, I found a GTR that's in Midnight Opal. So you can actually see how tight that color is. So this is the juicer. This is where the lemons go in and the juice come out. Okay, so just got back from the airstrip attack. Me and Trevor went up there together. I was planning on driving the FD all the way up there, but then we found out that you couldn't park inside, and I don't really want to leave it in a parking lot and then get bussed in. So we took the Saab, everything went well. I'm glad that the intercooler is welded up now, it holds boost. Car still needs to be tuned. It's like not rowdy. I don't know what happened. It might have been because the battery was disconnected for the whole trip back and it lost some settings on the Gritty Perfect B. But yeah, I definitely want it retuned at least. I mean, it's probably at like 2 something, maybe 300. It's definitely not rowdy. So I want it to be rowdy, needs to be retuned. I can do the tuning probably soon. Since the intercooler is welded up, I think that'll be all right. I can still do the radiator and all the other stuff later on, but I do want to be around like 600 horsepower. And another thing is the other Chameleon headlight film came in. Since I used so much of the other stuff to do the first headlight, now I could do the other headlight. Don't get excited because the pop-ups are back on, because they are not staying on. So you know, the pop-ups are back on, so I can drive it around so it doesn't look weird, but they are going away. And I don't know. So I'm just glad that stuff's done. The Audi was kind of a disappointment. I was supposed to get that seal today. The guy at the dealership, like, I don't know. It was like he ended up needing my VIN number. I was like, you already have had my VIN number. He's like, well, I don't remember it. And then I was like, well, I'm at the airstrip attack. Like, I can't give you a VIN number when I'm not by the car. So, you know, it was unfortunate. So I don't have a seal. Monday, I'll have to get the seal. All right, so I'm just warming the FD up. I'm going to take you guys for a little cruise in it. I know a lot of people have been like wanting to go for a cruise in the FD. So I was just gonna kind of cruise around town and, well, maybe not around town, maybe just on this side of town. So FD's all warming up, nice and clean. I plugged in the front lights, so now they work, turn signals work. And yeah, a lot more things are working every time I like mess with it. I still need to do this true boost stuff. I want to turn the boost up, like I said before, but you know, I need to retune it as well at the same time. It only seems like it's hitting 8 pounds, so I'm not exactly sure if the true boost like reset because it's unplugged, but you know, once it gets retuned, I'll figure that out. I'm just glad that the intercooler is holding boost now, and everything, you know, it was a pretty janky like fix, but it works for now. And then later I'm gonna start ordering all the stuff so I could redo the intercooler and the radiator and all the stuff that goes. Dang. Okay, so I was gonna take you guys for like a little ride around town, but you know, at least this happened where I was close by. I was driving, lost all fuel pressure. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, this has never happened before. And so I was like, okay, well, looked in this little box, and I already knew this was pretty, you know, it's not even up to anybody's standards. Even this is a metal box. Here's like a metal thing right here, but I guess what happened is this metal box is rubbed through the plastic right there, and it pretty much popped the fuel pump fuse. So I had no fuel pressure, so the car died. I like coasted on the side of the road. I was like, oh, what's going on? No fuel pressure? Good thing I had a gauge to know. Took the headlight retractor fuse, put it in the fuel pump fuse slot, and got back home. But now this is like, you know, electronics and all that stuff is a big deal because it can cause a lot of like headaches, just because, you know, if I left this and it arced and it got hot and it lit the car on fire, you know, all these things can cause fires, and that's not really good for you know, expensive cars. So it wasn't on a very high priority, but now it is on like the highest priority. So I was really on to gonna fix the intercooler and radiator, but right now, probably this week, I'm gonna put this lithium battery inside the car, probably where the spare tools go, and redo all this. Not redo all of it, but I mean, I'm gonna get rid of this battery box. I wanted to get rid of it anyway because it was janky, and you know, I don't want this car to have an electrical fire, just because, you know, that would be horrible to burn one of these cars down the ground. Look how melted it is right there. So this 20 amp fuse right there goes right there where it's all melted. I'm definitely gonna have to look into this a lot more. I just can't believe that you'd think that would be okay. So now, you know, that's just one other thing that I have to mess with. This is actually a lot simpler than the whole radiator situation because all I have to do is run a power wire, some ground wires. Just disappointing that, you know, it's in this condition. So as everybody knows, tape stops electrical fires, or at least grounding, I guess. I mean, that's why they use rubber to insulate wiring. But yeah, took this battery box out, and I'm not exactly sure if it was a Gretty one or what, but it's no more. I'm trying to see if you can see where it's arcing. You can see like right there is where it's arcing. So good thing I took it out. I mean, now I don't have a battery box in the engine bay anymore, so it gives me a little bit more V-mount room. So now there's this big empty space right there, which is awesome. And now I have this thing that's kind of looks, oh no, I'm gonna have to look at it because I think it is very angry. I think what was happening was this right here, right there was touching, because that's a part of the metal wire. Yeah, so just looking this thing over a little bit more, the more I look it over, the more I'm kind of just like, what the hell? I mean, just so much stuff's janky on this. Like the fuel system needs to be redone, and you know, I need to redo that stuff with the whole wiring issue. So you know, I'm gonna try to get that done Monday, as well as the. Okay, so I am done for tonight. I was gonna go edit a video, and you know, I wasn't gonna really plan on tearing this down. But I kind of wanted, I started to look at the fuel system, kind of got intrigued, and you know, I'm glad I'm redoing it. It's kind of a mess. It's definitely put together very, it's actually put together incorrectly, but there's, you know, the upper intake manifold I took off the elbow, and I need to pull the fuel system. As you can see here, like it's rubbed quite a bit on that fuel pressure regulator. It has this, which I'm not exactly sure what that's for. It's like has a little bleed port on it, and I'm gonna probably take these manifolds, lower, upper, throttle body, and elbow to get polished. I'm also gonna take the fuel rail to get polished, and then I'll have all that stuff anodized. So yeah, it's kind of, so this is how the fuel system is. This is not how you're supposed to have it. It has one line coming in to the upper rail, so this main rail right here, and then that line goes down to the lower secondaries. I think that's what they are, is the secondaries. And then it comes to the fuel pressure regulator. So how you're supposed to do it, because you want consistent fuel pressure, you branch the I would have one line coming in each side of the so I'd have one line coming in each side of the fuel rail, so one side on that and one on the lower fuel rail, upper and lower, and then I'd have one side coming from the upper to one side of the fuel pressure regulator, the other going to the other, and then the return going to the return. Trying to fix it while still being able to drive it. Like I've said before, like the intercooler, I fixed that just temporarily, just so I could drive it. I got to drive it today, which was awesome. I didn't get to drive it and cruise it tonight because of the whole battery issue. So hopefully I get that fixed relatively quickly. Hopefully it's not down more than a week or two. And then next Friday, I could go cruise it again and hopefully not find any more issues, and you know, just enjoy it. I do enjoy driving it. I can't wait till all these issues are sorted and I don't have to really worry about you know, taking it up to Springs or Denver and having to worry about breaking down. You know, the rotary has been reliable so far, as many miles as I put on it, haven't had any issues. Just all the janky work that was done to it previously is causing all these, you know, future issues. So I'm going to try to resolve this and get it retuned once all this stuff with the intake manifold and all that's done, and then I can kind of enjoy it. So hopefully I can get like 500-600 horse out of it, and then just be able to rip it around. So thanks for watching the video. Comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, click that bell to get notifications if you have not done that either, and see you tomorrow.